So I wanted to come back with something. I've been kind of struggling with what to come back with. So I'm just going to do a get ready with me video and kind of ramble about where things are at in life right now while I do my makeup. The look is not going to be anything, I have no particular idea in mind, and I don't really plan to explain it. I just kind of wanted to talk, get some thoughts out there. And since a lot of you come to my channel for makeup or nails or other creative things, I decided this was something I can do while talking. And I wanted to come back and talk about thoughts in particular with where we're at in the pandemic. And so if that's not something you want to talk about, up to you if you want to keep watching. But that's what I'm primarily going to be talking about. That was my big goal. So as I'm recording this, it is currently June 23rd of 2021. So it's been a little over a year. We officially have, if you're watching this in the future, we officially have vaccines at this point. We have, I think, only the 3 that are approved in the United States, the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. And so with that, and with the number of people who are vaccinated, things have been reopening, and masking and social distancing mandates have gotten less restrictive for those who are vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated, it is being said, suggested, mandated, although nobody has any way to enforce it, that people who are not vaccinated continue to wear masks. I wanted to talk about my feelings with the masking and the social distancing at this time in our history. For me, I've been struggling with this because I have a really hard time trusting that the people who are not wearing masks, that all of them are truly vaccinated. With as political as the pandemic has been, as political as this has been, I don't trust anymore. I had initially hoped in the beginning of the pandemic that this would be something that would actually bring us together, give us a common goal as humanity to, take precautions and help each other out. And I guess that was just kind of a naive sunshine and rainbows dream, but this is something that would bring us together globally to work to fight this common enemy of COVID-19. And so that turned out not to be the case necessarily. I think there's definitely been some wholesome stories through the pandemic. It's kind of been status quo. There are still people out there who they had their own agendas. And anyway, I don't mean to get off onto that topic per se. What I wanted to kind of more talk about again was the current situation with masking. I don't trust that everybody who's walking around without a mask is necessarily vaccinated. And I've already been seeing posts online and had personal experiences that kind of back that feeling and that fear up. And so even though I am vaccinated, I am not comfortable going without a mask in situations where most people who are vaccinated could. So as it stands right now, if you are vaccinated in my area, they are saying that you can go into a grocery store, inside a grocery store, without a mask. You don't necessarily have to observe social distancing. And I'm not comfortable going back to that at this point. I'm not comfortable with that from a perspective of just what I've seen in terms of people not being honest about their vaccine status. Also, I have health concerns that put me in a subcategory that just needs to be more careful. I've had to be more careful the whole pandemic than your standard healthy, normal person. And I need to continue being more careful than your standard person. And so I wanted to put that perspective out there where people like me might be coming from. I work in healthcare. Again, I have a health concern that puts me at a little bit greater risk, and so I try to be more careful. What I'm trying to get to is, if you see people walking around with masks in situations where maybe you think that they don't need to be, to try and be respectful. You don't know what that person is going through. They may have health issues that they are still working through, where their doctors have suggested they continue to wear masks. Maybe they have someone in their household who is more vulnerable, whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated, so they choose to continue wearing a mask for that reason. I have coworkers who, to my knowledge, are completely healthy, but just everything we've gone through as healthcare workers, again, we just feel more comfortable wearing a mask to make sure that we're protected. And or if we get sick with anything, regardless if it's COVID or not, we are not being allowed to go back to work. So if we get sick with anything, whether it's a common cold or whatever, we can't work. And so we need to protect ourselves from getting sick in general. So it could be that somebody is choosing to wear a mask for that reason. So I would just put that out there for your general knowledge. If you see somebody wearing a mask, that those might be some reasons why, and to just be respectful of that. Additionally, even if they don't have any of those reasons, this entire pandemic has been very traumatizing for a lot of people, not just healthcare workers, but just people. And I think it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to transition back to normal. And so I could see there being reasons I'm not covering here why people want to continue wearing a mask, and maybe want to continue social distancing and things like this. So just keep that in mind. If you see somebody wearing a mask, if you see somebody still trying to keep their distance within reason, if you can be respectful of that, that would be good. Just ways that I'm asking that people be mindful as things reopen, as things normalize. Please just be mindful that not everybody's going to be where you're at, whether that's physical health wise, mental health wise, and therefore some people may still want to social distance. Some people may still want or need to wear a mask. So I'm putting that out there, just asking for that. And, in other ways too, I'm sure, there's healing to be done beyond just getting a vaccine and, healing from if you actually did have COVID infection or what have you. There's a lot more rebuilding to be done. When in doubt, ask. Ask what you can do to help. Ask what you can do that is within somebody's comfort range. I don't think you have to go completely crazy with it, every single person you meet on the street, but just, somebody that you might think, oh, I haven't seen you in so long, let me give you a big hug. Just pause and determine, if that's okay. I'm also hearing from people fear of being judged. I had somebody I was talking to who was afraid they're wearing a mask, but they're afraid that the wearing of the mask is going to make them look like somebody who it didn't want to or is afraid to get the vaccine, and they're afraid that they'll be judged for that. It's unfortunate that I'm talking to my friends and coworkers and that's a fear is, oh my gosh, if I could keep wearing a mask, people are going to think that I didn't get the vaccine. And they're going to judge me for it. I think, even if somebody didn't get the vaccine because they can't and so they're still wearing a mask, at least the person wearing the mask is taking the reasonable precautions to protect those around them. So I don't think that aspect of it should be judged. Since we're talking about return to normalcy, getting back to normal, things reopening, now is a good time. Look back at your old 2020 calendar if you have one and see what things you did not do that need to be done this year. In particular, again, as a healthcare worker, Um, take a look at those things that um, maybe you were due to have done last year, or you're due to have done every year, but you skipped last year. Get back on track with those things. Um, as far as I'm aware, most everything healthcare wise is open again. Things are busy. Make your appointments, make them early. Please be kind to your healthcare workers. There's a lot of people trying to get in and catch up with stuff right now, I think. So they're doing the best they can to keep up with things and to get you what you need. Um, but yeah, start looking into your calendars or your notes or wherever you keep track of your health stuff, and start getting that stuff back on track. I know for me personally, there were some tests that I was due for last year that we only do every few years just for monitoring, and now that things are opening up again, we are looking at catching myself up on my tests. So I'm in the same boat with you. Ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. I feel like I hear a lot from people, oh, I feel fine. This thing is reading is off, but I feel fine. Well, sometimes you don't want to wait until you don't feel fine. If you can catch it early, maybe you can get ahead of it, or maybe you won't need as much or as severe treatment. So keep up with your routine stuff. Whether that's meds, tests, doctor's appointments, getting back on track with your eating well and, exercise routines. And that goes for your mental health stuff too. If you need to start seeing, I know a lot of counselors went to virtual stuff. Imagine some of them, if not all of them, are offering in person again. But if that's something that you had again let go by the wayside, get back on track with that. Mental health is more important now than ever. I think anytime there's a transition, that's almost harder than dealing with the status quo, even if the status quo is difficult. Take care of all that stuff. All of you needs to be taken care of. What else is there to talk about? I haven't talked to you guys in like 6 months. I'm sorry about that. I don't even have a reason for it. I just, I've been doing nail art. I just haven't been taking video of it. I wonder when I log in, am I going to find like comments that I haven't responded to? I think I logged in. Thought I logged in a month or two ago just to see if there was anything earth-shattering on there that I needed to address. Nope, nothing at that time. Going for a grungy look, I guess, today. Why not? I know I wasn't going to be giving a step-by-step, but these are all colors from the Makeup Revolution Soph X palette. Somebody gave it to me for my birthday. One of my coworkers specifically. I don't know if she wants to be named, but thank you. I do still use this palette sometimes. Even though being in a pandemic and working in healthcare, you can't see most of my face most of the time anyway. Yeah, that's quite the harsh, severe look. Very much not summary, but whatever. I was just looking to do something while I talked to you guys, got some thoughts off of my chest. Maybe put a little perspective out there to try and just be, again, mindful of where other people are coming from. We've been through a lot. All all of us have been through a lot, and just try to please continue to be patient with each other, take care of each other, be respectful of each other as we transition, hopefully smoothly back to normalcy. Hopefully we don't have too many bumps in the road to that. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you for listening if you're still here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, you know, the entire drill. And I don't know when my next video will be or what I will be doing, but hopefully I have another video for you soon, and hopefully you'll be here for it. Yeah, have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye.